lenses left.
Caravaggio was his neighbor?
No, his Vermeer's neighbor was Mr. Leeuwenhoek, who made telescopes and made lenses.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Now, he was also the executor of his will. The lenses would belong to Mr. Leeuwenhoek, I suppose. He would lend them. I mean, he would know they would make pictures. Lenses make pictures. They're making one now.
There you go.
And
all right, go ahead.
He would tell, I mean, Vermeer would look at it, and I'm sure because of the beautiful colour, it tells me the lens was a bit bigger. That's all it would need to be to show colour, just a bit bigger. It's letting in more light.
Okay, next. This is Lorenzo Lotto's husband and wife. Now, this is sort of significant for you, is it not?
Well, because I don't know whether you can see it there, but in the pattern on the tablecloth, there's a point where just to the right of his hand...
It goes out of focus.
It goes out of focus. Now, for instance, I'll point out, we noticed this. I noticed this because we have a good colour reproduction. Now, that's only in the last 20 years that you could see that. Meaning, new technology has enabled us to look at this painting. The painting is in St. Petersburg. I'm in LA, looking at it in a book. 20 years ago, that painting might have been reproduced in black and white, small, and I wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see it. But we did see it and thought, well, that is clearly out of focus, and he's had to paint it out of focus. And it was that Charles Falco, when I showed it to him, picked up saying, you can make calculations from this.
Charles Falco's an optical scientist.
He's an optical scientist who came to visit after Ren Wechsler's piece in the New Yorker.
Yeah, this is Lawrence Wechsler, who wrote first in the New Yorker and then a larger piece.
He was, first of all, rather amusing and interesting to meet a scientist. His connection with art was through motorbikes.
Yeah.
He was a motorbike.
In fact, he had something, he curated the Guggenheim motorcycle exhibit.
Art of the motorcycle.
Right.
And, but he then was very helpful because suddenly he could make, he said, yes, you can calculate things from this. And I'm just working on hunches, but I do know that it will be very difficult to paint that pattern by eye, and if you were doing it by linear perspective, it wouldn't go out of focus. Because you would calculate how the pattern is receding, you see.
For you, how a painting was produced is as important as why.
Well, because how images are made just tell us a lot about the images, doesn't it? Even on a television picture it does. How they are made, who is deciding where the edges are. Of course it does. I mean, that would bring us to today as well, I would think.
Boy, this is great stuff. David Hockney, Secret Knowledge, Rediscovering the Lost Techniques of the Old Masters. There's going to be a, conference, meeting, debate, session at New York University this weekend.
Very limited seating.
Very limited seating, so you may not be able to get in if you go or something. But there'll be a discussion. Some smart art historians will be there, and whether there's conflict, controversy, or not, they'll talk. Thank you, David. Pleasure.
Very good.
We'll be right back. Thanks very much.